So you're called to clear out the clock base of the toilets and mutants, and at this point, you're the only Titan in your race. You feel a very strong sense of responsibility and love to preserve your race, so you try your best to destroy anything that would pose a threat to it. You attack the toilets, destroying them instantly, and even when the high-ranking scientist toilet came at you, you didn't take long. You stopped him in time and destroyed him, squashing him to pieces. At this point, everything is going well for you. The entire base is cleared of mutants and toilets, and then the boss comes in, applauding you for doing a great job. But you think destroying just a bunch of toilets shouldn't be something that special, but whatever, you shrug it off. The boss goes on to tell you about the TVs and that they'll need some help upgrading their Titan. Yeah, another boring bullshit, but you still have to go because the boss orders it. But then you see that they assemble jetpacks so you can get there. At this point, it's pissing you off. Why can't you just use your clock powers to get there faster? But the boss doesn't seem to listen. He still insists you limit how you use your clock powers. Well, he's the boss, so you move on to their base. On getting there, things don't seem to add up. It would seem that the TVs are building a weapon, and when you investigate further, you find out they are magnetic weapons, which are like a dampening effect to your race's clock powers. This would only mean the TVs are traitors and are the biggest threats to your race. I mean, what if they are planning an attack on the clock race? You can't take that risk, and you know the boss. He would want to take the matter lightly. So you took the law into your own hands. You destroyed their race members and terminated their Titan. But of course, you're not going to eliminate the entire race. It was just to teach them a lesson and to respect the authority. You want the clocks to rule over the other races because you're more superior. But after doing the deed and getting home, you know the message would have been relayed about what you've done. Chief would understand. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Just a few grillings from the chief, right? So you get there, and behold, the entire base is filled to the brim with toilets. This is not good, so you use your chrono destruction to instantly fry them all. At least the threat has been nullified. Complaining, you ask why you have to do everything yourself. You feel like you're the only one doing all the heavy lifting. But the reception from the boss is not something you expected. Even after all you've done, the chief still complained, with the clock woman pointing fingers at you like you're a monster. It seems like it's going to be a long talk today, and you're ready for it. So Chief orders all to London. On getting there, the chief seems pissed off. He creates a large time dome to cover a large area of the clock base and pauses time for the entire world. Now you know things won't be as simple as you'd expected. It's about to get heated. The chief goes on, asking you questions about why you did it, but you explain they were building magnetic weapons, and you expect the chief to understand, but bro is not buying it. He's convinced you did a bad thing, and he even argues they probably did it to prevent an attack from the clocks, and what you did has proven them right. You don't feel this judgment is right and that the chief is just being too soft. You believe that in order to maintain stability, the clocks need to be the dominant race, ruling all the other race members, and any race that falls out of line should be punished, just like you punished the TVs. But the chief doesn't want to buy into your ideologies. What a weak leader. So the chief orders you to accept your mistake and gives you a chance to change everything. But you disagree with this. The chief snaps and uses his sealing powers to strap you to Big Ben, pulling you in. Wait, is the boss about to do what you think he's doing? After all you've done for the Alliance? You think to yourself, this is unfair, and you cry in agony begging, you can't do this to me. But the chief replies coldly, you left me no choice. Well, I guess at this point you know you're cooked, so you make a promise that the chief will come back to you for help and he'll see the other race members suffer. But the chief has already made up his mind, and there you are, sealed deep under Big Ben without any hope of ever seeing the surface, feeling anger and resentment toward the chief and the entire clock race for the betrayal. A significant amount of time would have passed by now, but then you hear a knock from above. A particular clock is ready to make a deal for your freedom, offering a boost, and you instantly agree to whatever his deal may be. So under Big Ben, you get upgraded and become even stronger than you've ever been. You just have to wait to get out of there. It was just a fateful day. You're enjoying the darkness, still waiting when you feel someone drawing some energy from you. That's weird, and when you check it out, it turns out the chief has crawled back to you. Yeah, just like you predicted. So what happened to maintaining order? You seize the opportunity, and with that little time that the seal is open to extract your energy, you slow time enough to go across the multiverse to get everything you'll need to make your comeback and make them pay for what they have done to you. So you attack a particular multiverse, and this time you have eyes on a particular weapon, the time nuke, a weapon of mass destruction that can obliterate entire planets, turning them into literal dust. Yeah, you'll definitely need this if you want perfect dominion. So you attack swiftly and sweet, absorbing the time nukes into your black hole head, and yeah, you need to test it, so you leave one as a gift for them, not feeling too greedy. And yeah, it works. That planet was leveled down. At this point, all you think about is your perfect dominion. So next, you attack the strongest multiverse to fight against the strongest clock, determined to get his sword, the astral sword, a sword that can slash anything, and not even clocks would be able to stand against you with that sword. You want to claim the spot as the strongest, but each time you attack, you keep getting smoked by the champion. How is this guy that strong? But you don't give up. You continue. You keep on attacking and looking at multiple possibilities until finally you find one where you are victorious. So you're able to get the sword after millions of trials and errors. But this is not enough for you, so you drop them a time nuke as a farewell, destroying that entire planet too without any remorse. And you did all this while still being held captive under Big Ben. But just as you'd been expecting, just like you and Mr. Clock had agreed, you hear an explosion that breaks the seal. It turns out Big Ben has been destroyed by some people Mr. Clock sent, and now you're free. Now, the entire multiverse must feel your presence. The first action you take is to test your time abilities by briefly stopping time for the entire universe to show your strength. But as you expected, the unworthy substitute, the Clock Titan, was waiting for you outside Big Ben, ready for battle. This would be very personal because you feel like it's partially because of him that the Chief got you sealed. So you attack him ferociously, bullying and ragdolling him. At this point, you feel like you just got out. So why not talk and have some fun stretching your joints? Obviously, he doesn't stand a chance, but you want to break him? You urge him to use his full potential. But then, you see the particular clock that they used your energy to create. Oh, damn, that must be my son, you think to yourself, because he has a piece of you in him, but when you try to explain it, he doesn't get it. He denies being your son, which kinda hurts. But whatever, you're focused on your perfect dominion for now, you'll get him later, and you and him can settle it over some beer. So, despite everything, the Clock Titan is still holding back, not using his full potential, and you keep on deceiving him with illusions after illusions. But then it doesn't take long before your so-called son opens a portal behind you, and you all teleport to another dimension. At this point, you know there are rumors about another long-lost astral sword, but the multiverse is vast. What are the odds they'll find it? So you don't want to waste time looking for it. Instead, you attack the Transformers universe, where Clockwise was the clock leader. Yeah, they're able to put up a hell of a fight, but you're superior. With your illusions and trickery, you're able to take Clockwise down and destroy their planet too. At this point, your perfect dominion seems in sight. You know you'll still have to battle with your unworthy substitute at some point, but you're confident that no matter what they do, you have the upper hand. I mean, you have the astral sword. So what could possibly go wrong? But just as you sit and wait, you see the Clock Titan come in. And of course, he's not with any weapons and is vulnerable. But then something strange happens. Someone comes in. And yeah, the rumors were true. There definitely is another astral sword. You're shocked to see it. Now he's a threat and not so unworthy after all. Now you have to fight against him. But you're still confident you can defeat him and rule over the entire multiverse, finally having your perfect dominion. But what do you think? Do you think everything the Sinister did is justified? Or is he just a power-hungry monster? Write your thoughts in the comments. And check out this video to find out what would happen if the Sinister never went rogue in the Skibidi multiverse. Unique Clockman out.